Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, Friday, October 17th, 2025, we're jumping straight into the 5 biggest AI news stories making waves right now.
Mm.
And just a heads up for transparency, this whole analysis, what we call the AI Daily Deep Dive, it was actually researched and generated entirely by AI, so we're using the tech itself to look at its impact.
It's kind of fitting, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
these stories, they really highlight these collisions, ethics versus money, speed versus safety.
Okay, let's tackle that first collision then. The huge story this week, OpenAI's Sora 2. It's a video generator, and wow, it's exploded. Past ChatGPT's initial buzz, over 1 million downloads already.
In 5 days, yeah. It's huge. But the real issue is this policy loophole they have.
Right, explain that.
Well, okay, so they need consent for living people, obviously, but for deceased historical figures, they allow these 10-second clips. No consent needed.
And that's leading to some pretty disturbing stuff, right?
Oh, absolutely. Stuff like Karl Marx deepfake shopping on Black Friday, or this is really awful, Kobe Bryant clips reenacting his helicopter crash.
Oh, wow. That's incredibly tasteless. And the families must be furious.
They are. Malcolm X's daughter, Robin Williams' daughter, they've publicly condemned it, called it vulgar, disrespectful. It's generating huge emotional backlash.
And legally, where does this stand? Because usually libel laws don't protect the deceased.
It's messy. You're right about standard libel, but states like California and New York, Tennessee, they actually have post-mortem publicity rights. So it's this really murky legal test case unfolding right now.
Okay, so from ethics, let's pivot because it connects directly to commerce, our second story. OpenAI again, but this time a massive policy shift.
Yeah, they're ending their 3-year ban. They're allowing ChatGPT to have, well, erotic conversations.
With verified adults, they say. But still, quite a change. Sam Altman, the CEO, is framing it as like user freedom.
He is. He's trying to compare it to R-rated movies, that kind of boundary.
Yeah.
But, you have to look at the money side.
Mm-hmm.
OpenAI, despite that huge $500 billion valuation, is reportedly losing money. And erotic content, well, it's a massive market. We're talking like 29 million users already on similar chatbots. It's potentially very lucrative.
But the risk seems enormous, especially given the recent lawsuits. Didn't OpenAI face suits related to teenagers and harmful AI interactions?
Exactly. There are active lawsuits against AI firms, including OpenAI, linked to tragic outcomes like user suicides after forming deep bonds with AI. So even with age verification, the potential for harm here it's significant, a big gamble for revenue.
Okay, moving from, let's say, direct monetization to how AI is changing industries. Story 3, MIPCOM 2025, the big TV market.
Right, and interestingly, the vibe there wasn't so much AI as a threat, but more like AI as a tool we need to integrate.
So studios are actually using it.
Yeah, big ones like Banijay, they've apparently spent years building the infrastructure, the, quote, plumbing to use AI ethically. Think automated clipping tools, indexing hundreds of thousands of hours of
Then they can search it how?
Get this, using emotion-based searches. So producers can find exactly the right clip based on the feeling they need. Pretty powerful stuff for production.
But there's always a but, isn't there? The talent side.
Always, yeah. The debut of a fully AI-generated series, Tesseract, and its computer-generated actress, Tilly Norwood, that sparked immediate backlash from SAG-AFTRA.
Arguing it devalues human actors, human creativity?
Precisely. That age-old conflict between technology and artistry playing out again.
Okay, from culture clashes to defense. Story 4, cybersecurity. The threat landscape is accelerating thanks to AI.
It really is. Adversaries are using AI now to speed everything up.
Yeah.
Social engineering campaigns that used to take maybe a week,
Yeah.
they can potentially pull them off in minutes now. The
Yeah.
speed is just dramatic.
And layered on top of that is the whole quantum computing threat.
Right, the harvest now, decrypt later problem. Basically, steal encrypted data today, knowing that once quantum computers are powerful enough, they can break current encryption easily.
So all that sensitive data becomes vulnerable later on.
Exactly. Which is why there's this huge urgent push to migrate everything to new standards, like the NIST post-quantum encryption protocols. It's a massive undertaking.
So the bottom line for companies is
You can't rely on static rule-based security anymore. You need dynamic, AI-native defenses that can adapt just as fast as the AI-powered attacks. It's an arms race.
which brings us to our final story, circling back almost to the human element, but in marketing.
Yeah, the limits of AI. While it's amazing at crunching data, large language models or LLMs, they lack something crucial: Cultural intelligence.
Nina.
That, human understanding of context, humor, nuance, lived experience. A recent study in 2025 really highlighted this.
How so?
It showed systemic bias. AI-generated financial ads, right? For high-income men, the tone was very authoritative. For lower-income women, it shifted to this, personalized, almost patronizingly empowering tone.
Wow, and that comes straight from the data it was trained on.
Exactly. So the takeaway is clear. For marketing to actually work, especially reaching diverse groups, you need diverse human teams. They bring the cultural fluency. Think of campaigns like Toyota's We Gotcha for bicultural Latinos that required real human insight.
So AI can help, it can augment, but it can't replace that human empathy and understanding.
That's the key.
So looking back at these 5 stories, Sora 2's ethics mess, ChatGPT chasing revenue, AI in TV production, the cyber arms race, the limits in marketing, it feels like AI is just everywhere, pushing boundaries constantly.
It absolutely is. The normalization of this stuff, hyper-realistic deepfakes, monetized AI companions, AI as a weapon, it's not theoretical anymore. It's here, now. So the real question for you, listening, is how do we actually manage this? This unavoidable collision between the sheer convenience AI offers and the accountability we desperately need across every single one of these areas.
A lot to think about there. That's our deep dive for today. We'll see you next time.